Yep, that purely describes my mood today. From how shitty today was, and also with the, well, I shouldn't say shitty. It wasn't completely shitty, but it was just a long story. I don't want to get into it. But and then of course watching Monday Night Raw, it was just topped off my mood for most of this day. That's why I played this song, especially when it comes to Monday Night Raw. Because guys, and it's raining outside now. I don't care, but I love it. I don't care. I don't know. I just had to do that for a lame introduction. But guys, what's going on? This is a Club with the Man, 1993 country, and for this really late night review, I was gonna wait till morning, but I'm just gonna get this in. I'll do the turn alert tomorrow morning. Well, if I have time, this is already almost 2 o'clock. Maybe I'll finish my Survivor Series card because Survivor Series is now less than 2 weeks away. Holy cow, I didn't realize that. But yeah, this is my live review of Monday Night Raw, the November 5th, 2018 edition of Monday Night Raw, which took place in Manchester. Oh man, let's stay for a second. Manchester, England. This show was meh, and it was boring. I was doing, I had a bunch of other stuff I had to do around the house while I was watching this show, and I had to run an errand out, run out and do a quick errand tonight. So I didn't really watch this show too well, but just looking at the results and just seeing the highlights, it's not worth going back in time. And why? I will tell you why. Raw is full of nothing but a bunch of lazy ass rematches. I repeat one more time. Lazy ass rematches that lead to absolutely nothing. There was a couple of small things I enjoyed on the show, of course, but other than that, a couple weeks ago, when Roman Reigns again was diagnosed sick with leukemia for the second time in his life, I thought, maybe the WWE has finally learned their lesson. You can't put all the eggs in the basket with one person, because when this happens and the rest of your talent is directionless, what are you gonna do? And I thought they learned their lesson. They turned Elias babyface. They made Braun Strowman a babyface again, having him going after the Universal title against Brock Lesnar at Crown Jewel this past week. And thank God that pay-per-view is over. And thank God I did not watch it. Because as a man, the man himself, the architect, now just only the Intercontinental Champion right now, Seth Rollins himself, said on Raw tonight, he spoke so much truth that basically I could have said it more. He didn't say crown jewel. I could have said it myself. Crown jewel, for not watching, see the results, was a complete slap in the face. And what do we get tonight? Rematch after rematch after rematch after rematch after rematch as we get the same exact week. And that's all we got. So I don't have much really to talk about for this show. I'll just go through the results as usual. But actually, let me start with this saying. Raw rematches, you have just made the list. Because all your rematches suck. They are pointless. And yeah. Raw rematches have made the list. And also, in case you're wondering, the reason why I pulled the plug on a review before, because I tried to record and I pulled the plug on it, I just I didn't like my introduction because I started ranting about a bunch of stuff that wasn't really, meant to be talked about here, but let's check the live review. Corbin, an idiot. There's no way Strowman going to work with him at Survivor Series. Oh, yeah, definitely. And hope 70 fires Corbin as GM and puts Angle back in charge. That's not going to happen, Mark. It's not going to happen because Stephanie's a heel. She has to favor the heel and whatnot. Because anyone, and this is the reason why again, no offense, I can't stand the Stephanie McMahon character. Anyone who has to work with the Stephanie McMahon character through a corporate feud, whether it's Mick Foley or even Baron Corbin or whatnot, their careers go down more because I just see what Stephanie has stood for, being, just that heel, corporate figure, comes out the same thing every single freaking time, that just bores us to death, because most people she trashes isn't going to get their comeuppance on her at all. All of that gets transferred onto her other corporate figures on Raw. And that's what hurts them most about it. They do the same shit over and over and over again. And I just don't care. That's exactly what we're getting now with all of a sudden Braun Strowman and Baron Corbin. What's up, Lauren? She said Dean and Seth was the best part of Raw, definitely. The main event wasn't too bad. But that, forget the rest of this show. Steph is going to address the same situation. And that's another thing, too. Why did Shane McMahon win the World Cup? Seriously. And the World Cup finals was going to be Miz and Dolph Ziggler. Miz, I wanted to see win the World Cup. Like, he's one person I felt should win the World Cup to have an excuse to, be in the title picture after Crown Jewel. But what happened? Miz apparently got hurt, but you have Dolph Ziggler, who has been the one eating the pins for his team the past few months. Like, he was a weak link of his little alliance with Drew McIntyre and Braun Strowman. Anytime they lost, it was usually Ziggler taking the pin. You have him beat Kurt Angle and Dolph Ziggler to get to, and Seth Rollins to get to the finals. Just to face Shane McMahon, who substitutes for Miz since the Miz apparently had an ankle injury, and then Shane McMahon wins the World Cup, making it, as I knew it was going to be, pointless. It was pointless. So we're gonna. Honestly, I kind of hate the fact that Shane won the World Cup. It just makes me want, like, why should I even be supporting Shane right now? Like, what's he gonna say tomorrow? Like how, as a babyface, corporate figure, is he gonna defend himself and make us still want to still like him? I just lost some interest in the Shane McMahon character. I'm doing that. It's like, at that point he should be a heel. But I don't know. I just don't know. I don't care. I don't care. Anyways, let's see here. Raw was complete trash. C- rematches. Oh, fuck it all. Yeah. The only interesting thing happened was the heel turn. Even the heel turn, I wasn't really that interested in. But if you were that's cool. Drew is captain as is Alexa. I'll talk about that shortly later on because I don't even know now. The Raw Survivor Series team is set, and I don't like it. Oh my God, Nia heel again. Dear Lord, help us. Why? Nia turned heel too soon, in my opinion. Maybe that's why she won the Battle Royal, because we couldn't have a babyface wow WWE. We'll talk about that. Yes, exactly, Mark. Raw is stupid. That's why there was something out apparently on WWE Creative or whatnot, some Twitter page I saw that was saying, "Oh, WWE looking to hire a good writer or whatnot," and that's why I tagged Robbie Kenobi in a retweet. It said hashtag please sign Robbie, because after this episode, oh my God, it's the day I had today. Again, I'm sorry, guys. I'm super tired right now, but I'm going to get through this live review, and we're going to continue on. Anyways, let's get to this review. Just talk about how crappy this show was. The show opened up with the entire Raw roster on the stage. Acting general manager Corbin comes out, and apparently I didn't realize the whole time, but apparently, Corbin for some reason decides to attack Braun Strowman with the belt before their match at Crown Jewel, and that's what caused Braun Strowman to be all thrown off and Brock Lesnar squashing him, pretty much. Saying he did that to teach Braun a lesson. What lesson was that? You did what was worse for business. Like, why on earth would you help Brock Lesnar to win a Universal Championship match? Why? It was stupid. He addressed Survivor Series that, he's the team captain, but he's not going to wrestle. He makes Alexa team captain for the women's Survivor Series team, which can I say this also, as I said before, is anyone else but me sick and tired of Survivor Series each year just being a bragging rights show? I mean, the card already looks a lot more promising for Survivor Series than the card we originally were going to get last year, which they fixed it and ended up being better. But that's when they had like 4 or 5 weeks to build for Survivor Series. And I thought today, only 2. And I still haven't finished my Survivor Series match card, which I might finish tonight. Depends on how much time I have after I do this review. Probably not. I have to wait till tomorrow to finish the card. But but I just something else needs to be on the line here. Like the winning brand gets to have the main event match of WrestleMania, or the winning brand gets a couple extra people in the Royal Rumble over the other brand, or the winning brand can take someone from the opponent. Something else besides just freaking bragging rights. That's all it was. Kurt Angle came out and said that Corbin doesn't step up like he does as general manager. So I want to challenge you to a match later on in the main event, and if I win, I become the captain of Team Raw, not you. And then I forgot how Corbin accepted. And then Braun Strowman came out and he was blocked off by security, but because he tried to chase down Corbin through the Raw roster. All of a sudden, there's a big brawl for no reason between everyone on the roster taking place. Don't get why it happened, but it happened just because it's a brawl. Oh, it looks awesome. Not when it doesn't make any freaking sense. None at all. So I didn't care. I don't care that Braun Strowman. I want to see Braun Strowman feud with Drew McIntyre. Now he's going after Baron Corbin because he costed him again. Why of all people would you try to cost a Universal title match against Brock Lesnar? The guy who obviously has so much heat on him for being a part-timer, lazy-ass human being who is not going to defend that championship anytime soon. He's not, I'm sorry. Maybe at Royal Rumble, who knows? But God knows who they're going to give the title to. No, they can't give it to Braun. Braun's momentum's dead now. Braun barely got a reaction at all tonight because he's been through this cycle now for the past year and a half. He should have been Universal Champion by now, but no. They had to put it back on Brock. They did not learn their freaking lesson. Not at all. So that's how we open up the show there. And of course, we get a 6-woman tag team match. A rematch from the 6-woman tag team match we had in the Evolution. Natty, Sasha, and Bayley versus the Riot Squad. Aren't these 6, especially Sasha and Bayley, tired at all of having these matches? I cannot remember the last time Sasha Banks or Bayley even had a singles match against somebody else besides a member of the Riot Squad. Ever since last year, where they brought back Paige with Absolution. That's all Sasha and Bayley thought was Absolution until Absolution pretty much died. They brought the Riot Squad over to Raw, and that's all having matches against a heel tag team, a heel women's stable that I don't get what makes them tick. And before the match, Natty was dedicating it towards her father. Apparently, his match was to have Alexa Bliss keep her eyes on these women and see who she's going to pick as for the women's team for Raw for Survivor Series. And you know what we got? We got a women's tag match we've seen thousands of times that went through 2 commercial breaks. Keep in mind, I wasn't paying attention at all when I was watching this portion of the show. No, I was too busy folding laundry and whatnot. We went through 2 commercial breaks just to see Ruby Riott, because Natalya came out with Jim the Anvil Neidhart sunglasses that you used to always wear, breaks them in half, and the match ends in a no contest because Natty starts crying. And Sasha and Bayley try to console her, but nobody wins the match. So you're telling me that Alexa Bliss was going to be watching this match to see who is going to impress her? When obviously, why would she even want to pick Sasha Banks or Bayley in the first place if she doesn't like them? She's going to pick the Riot Squad, but we're not going to care about that at all whatsoever. Like, she obviously should at least pick Mickie James to be on the team, but what do we know? And she's going to pick, we'll get to Nia Jax, of course, later on, but this match did nothing, and once again, we don't even have a team yet at all for the Raw women's team for Survivor Series. Who's going to be on it? Because we had a pointless tag match end with WWE trying to, exploit a death that's going to lead to absolutely nothing. The story is going to lead to absolutely nothing because the Riot Squad literally just goes back there and just throws a hissy fit just because. Just because. It's time we end that stable and move these women on to something else. That's right, I forgot. The only people who get women's title shots on Raw anymore is just Nia Jax, Ronda Rousey, and Alexa Bliss. That's all who've got women's title shots this year, minus the Elimination Chamber match. No one else could be getting any women's title shots anytime soon. Not Bayley, not Sasha Banks, not Natalya, not Ruby Riott, definitely not Liv Morgan or Sarah Logan, because they're nowhere close to being ready to be a main event in a women's title picture scene. So yeah, another pointless angle that could have been used much more wisely, of course, to get good heat on, but it's not going to anything because these women aren't going anywhere anytime soon. Like, I really, at this point, wonder, how do all these 6 women really feel? That all the rest of those women, besides the 3 I mentioned before, Ronda, Alexa, and Nia, how do all of them feel about pretty much being stuck for almost a whole year doing the same match with the same concept? Pointless 6-1 tag match against a heel stable that goes absolutely nowhere. I just don't get it. And the fact that this match is supposed to be a match to, help Alexa Bliss decide who is going to be joining her team, the fact that it did absolutely nothing regarding that. Nothing. In fact, what wouldn't surprise me? If Alexa Bliss picked herself, Mickie James, Alicia Fox, Nia Jax, and Tamina as her 5. That is a pretty pathetic Raw team right there. If that happens, I probably will not watch that women's tag match for Survivor Series. No, actually, I would, because I'll be hoping for SmackDown to kick their asses big time, actually. If WWE literally pulls that trigger, I will literally get sick. All that talent in there over talents, like at least the 4 of Sasha Banks, Bayley, Natalya, and Ruby Riott, at least. Any of those 4 could be in that match. Or even Ember Moon. Mickie James, I'll take. Tamina, no. Alicia Fox, no. Nia Jax, prefer them over those other two, but if you're going to leave out those 4 women, especially, or 5, I'm sorry, those other 5 women, you're completely pathetic. But, so yeah, that match happened. And once again, I don't care. Afterwards, we see Braun Strowman looking for Corbin backstage, storming into a bathroom, kicking down doors open. We see Ryan Ward apparently in a stall trying to go to the bathroom, but he interrupts him. We get a recap of Shawn Michaels, in-ring return action. Then we have Apollo Crews to get a picture-in-picture pro where he talks about people wanting him. People telling him that he has potential, that he's going to start stacking up victories and show everyone why he's Raw's human highlight reel. And he takes on Jinder Mahal, of all people who I don't care about. He wins the match, but again, every time something that happens, like, oh, there's someone I actually would like to see get a push. Unfortunately, Apollo didn't look like he had full control on Jinder when he did that gorilla press slam into that standing moonsault. So again, I think Apollo has had all the potential in the world, but as I keep saying, brought up way too early. They did absolutely nothing with him, and I think that momentum's been taken down big time. So I think I do a lot more than just have the match against Jinder Mahal on Raw for me to fully believe they're actually serious about trying to push Apollo Crews. Do I want to see it? Sure. I want to see Apollo Crews succeed, but I will do one more to have a match with Jinder Mahal. So hopefully this could be the start of the rise of Apollo Crews. But that's probably set my standards too high. I'll check the live chat really fast. And what do we got here? Let's see. Where were we? Um, let's see here. Um, Lauren switched around. WWE has no build-ups anymore. Damn them. I may get blocked for saying that. Um, um, nah, he did not. She said, "Why don't you like bragging rights again?" Because to me, and like if they want to do like a Raw versus SmackDown pay-per-view again, cool. But again, something else beyond the line besides they're a superior brand. Okay, then what's everybody else getting out of it? Like I want something else besides they're the better brand. It doesn't feel fresh. It's been done so many times. Like okay, they're the better brand, so because they're the better brand, they get to have the main event match WrestleMania. They get to have an upper hand in the Royal Rumble. They get to have something else to besides the fact that they're the better brand. I've seen that how many times, and to me it's not a bad thing to have here and there, which I don't mind it, but when you're doing it so many years in a row, it gets boring to me. So that's why, again, if they want to do Raw versus SmackDown, put something else on the line. Please, something different. Not rematch after rematch and same story, same structure of a story after another, such as Braun Strowman chasing down another heel because he did something bad to him. We've seen that happen how many times? And of course, it's leading Braun to absolutely nothing. My opinion. Wouldn't surprise me if Survivor Series sucks. I mean, the matches so far for Survivor Series do interest me, but once again, they're all bragging rights matches. I think Kurt versus Corbin is being booked for a feud, and why? Again, I don't want to see them have a match on pay-per-view. I have no interest in seeing Corbin and Angle for a match on pay-per-view. I have no interest at all. If you want to do Team Angle versus Team Corbin Survivor Series, like to open up the show, the winning team, will represent Raw in the main event, and cool. Okay, I'll take that. If you want to do Corbin and Angle on Raw, cool. Corbin Angle at a pay-per-view has no interest for me whatsoever. It does not. I'm sorry. It just doesn't. Triple H is injured. I heard about that. Could be out for 6 months. Probably won't have his match with Batista at WrestleMania 35. I agree. Hate the fact that Vince has more faith in having a part-timer as his champion. His flagship show than one of his full-timers. So do I. Braun Strowman's ready. Dean Ambrose. Seth Rollins. They had a chance at Bobby Lashley, but they, of course, had him beat Roman Reigns and actually get that win wiped away. They could have given Finn Balor another chance. Hello. Drew McIntyre's pretty much ready. Hello. That was 6 people right there. I said I could be Universal Champion, but nope. You had to pick Brock Lesnar. Once again, because part-timers is what's going to draw a viewer. Yes, they will. But people are catching on after a while that you're relying on them. Then the actual talent, the newer talent, the fresh things you can build to cause people to want to see them continue on. Like, if I'm a big fan of a TV series, I'm fans of Seinfeld, Big Bang Theory. Don't judge me when I was in middle school, Full House. What other TV series? I watched several other TV series. Family Matters. Lately, I've been hooked on Law and Order Special Victims Unit. If I was seeing the same thing over and over again in every single episode, I wouldn't want to keep watching it. This wrestling content is the same shit. That's why I get furious when people say, "Why do you watch wrestling? It's fake." I'm sure Walking Dead is also fictional as well, but you guys still watch it. I'm pretty sure that a bunch of other crap people watch is fictional as well, but it's called they're actors and they need to convince us that what they're doing is real. That's self-explanatory, people. Anyways, but yeah, I definitely hate that too, Mark. They say if Triple H is not recovering in time, Batista's opponent could be Orton. I guess for a backup, all right, but just not the main event. I'd say I wouldn't want to see Batista in Orton main event. Sad to see part-timers are champs. Sorry, I love some part-timers, but champions, no. I dislike Brock, definitely. You got to feel for Natty, though, with her dad's glasses being torn. I definitely agree, yeah, with that happening. But, again, I wish it would be leading to a more effective angle than just, a match that was supposed to, grab Alexa Bliss's attention for Survivor Series, and it's going to lead to nothing. Like if it was at an angle where it could have led to something else, then it was more effective. But to me, they tried doing that at the wrong time, in my opinion. That's what makes the Riot Squad great. Heels, true, but again, what makes them tick? Like what makes them tick? Like again, they're three people who were brought up from NXT that are put into this different role that was not them down in developmental. If you're going to bring them up and make them something completely different than they were down in developmental, like why have them go to developmental in the first place? You know, that's my gripe. A lot of people are saying the Universal Championship is cursed. I do agree, and so does he. Bayley needs to leave, and Sasha needs to go to SmackDown. Both of them should just try to leave because WWE knows that if the both of them go somewhere else, here's the thing: WWE just knows now. Like, you know, I've seen guys like Cody Rhodes go somewhere else and just knock out of the ballpark a few others. WWE knows that, you know, if so many people threaten to leave, they would be doomed. So they'd be forced to try to push them and whatnot, like a Bayley or a Sasha Banks. But yeah, Alexa isn't even competing. Like, what the fuck? I agree. Yeah, apparently now the captains are competing. Who knows? Alexa's team will consist of Nia. Yeah, again, Nia, Mickey, Tamina, Ruby, and Alicia. Yeah, don't remind. Well, if Alexa does not compete, that's a pretty pathetic team. Well, except for Ruby. But they're gonna make Sasha Bayley a future women's tag champs. Oh my gosh, there's not enough depth in the women's tag team division. Again, unless you make it, you know, just one tag title, you know, both brands, okay, and merge the men's tag titles, cool, because Raw has no depth in their tag team division whatsoever now. But you know, what do we know? We're just fans. Every women on Raw is irrelevant except Ronda and Alexa is quite sad. Exactly. What's up, Team Skyway? WWE books Charlotte as sole survivor for the classic elimination match. Oh, gosh, I feel pointless. Don't get me wrong. I'd love to see Ronda versus Becky, but why though? I mean, I think, you know, they're both their characters, you know, meshed well together. I'd say with, you know, being the baddest one playing her, and Becky claims to be, you know, the man. So I feel like, you know, there is something there, and they both, you know, have similar, you know, finishers or whatnot. So I mean, for a Survivor Series champion versus champion match for bragging rights, even though again I would like, you know, something else be on the line of Survivor Series, not just bragging rights. It works for me, my opinion, because the source is simple and straight to the point. Bayley versus Finn kickoff show for Survivor Series. Oh, Baylor versus Finn kickoff. I'm not sure what you mean by that. What's with Charlotte being captain? She apparently turned down a job, so we'll find out what's happening tomorrow. You mean Lashley versus Finn? Yeah, that's what I meant. You just need a little tied and still sour about it. Crown Jewel and Raw. Not much team. You just a little tired and still sour about Crown Jewel and Raw. It's all good. Yeah, definitely. AOP versus the Bar Tornado tag match for Survivor Series. I can go for that, actually. It wouldn't be too bad of a match. I choose on Raw Mickey, Natty, Sasha if she was booked good. Alexa, I mean, if she's okay. Made Ronda and Ember, yeah, right. Men's Lashley, Finn, Ambrose, Seth, and Kurt, which wouldn't be bad. Even though Seth and Ambrose are in a feud. I mean, either way, if they I'm making my prediction for, you know, I'm still going with my prediction for my card, which hopefully will be released tomorrow. Again, it's going to be where I'm going to have a match to start a show with Team Angle and Team Corbin. The winning team will represent Raw in the main event, pretty much. But I can't remember what I put down. I'll get to it later on. Braun, why is he even on a team if he's feuding with Corbin? Exactly, it makes no sense. That doesn't make sense at all. Alexa has done is sit on the sidelines. How come she's the leader? Don't know, but I know Vince McMahon has a lot of thoughts about who he loved to do Alexa Bliss. It was the TV14 era. Apollo is the junior Lashley, pretty much. As that mark, Alexa is still injured, I guess, but who really knows? 2018 is the year that we trolled us big time. Definitely, I agree. Will we see Daniel Cormier at Survivor Series? DC because Brock's the Universal Champion. I have no idea what's going to happen with that. I don't mind Survivor Series versus SmackDown versus Raw, but do something new like trade or have champions on the line, you know, or even a trophy winning team. The team is all star, or even reward a star with a title. Exactly. Match or pay-per-view stipulation or pay-per-view of their choice, like something like that. Or fire a person or the GM position on the line. Exactly. Something else besides just bragging rights for Survivor Series. That's what I keep saying. Nia Jax, Sasha Banks, Natalya, Mickey, Ember Moon, or Bayley would have made a better choice than Alexa, probably. HBK says he's not returning again. This was his last match at Crown Jewel. That's what I heard too. Ashley deserves to be the captain. Mickey, yeah, definitely I agree. They say Brock is making 2 appearances before 2018 is over and only 1 title defense. Screw that. Team Sky was saying Becky's going to lose to Ronda. It wouldn't surprise me. Ronda will eventually lose to Charlotte. I don't know how I feel about that either, to be honest. Yeah. Either way, though, when Charlotte and Ronda, I think it's going to start building the bricks for the 4 horsewoman of WWE versus 4 horsewoman of MMA. Even though how's it going to work if most of the 4 horsewomen, if half the 4 horsewomen, Sasha and Bayley, are just competing in the same tag match every single week? Who the hell knows? Ronda is undefeated. Will be undefeated till that time. Wish Bullet Club never broke up. I agree. AJ and that. And AOP as champs, she doesn't like that. Why not have the Revival win it? Because Revival is even more directionless as well. I'll get to them in a second. They're going to keep that title on Brock until Roman returns, which could be a long while. It wouldn't surprise me if they did that. Now I think I'm starting to regret the brand split cast because there's only 1 main title. I mean, my thing is, I'm pro brand split because the fact that with how much talent we have, the opportunity we have, obviously, a lot of people would not have gotten the opportunities they've got if it wasn't for the brand split. But I do agree that there are definitely some holes in it, but I'm still pro brand split in my opinion. Remember Raw Super Showdown when Raw and SmackDown were combined? Yeah, I definitely agree that. Looks like we're getting AOP versus the Bar Survivor Series if they do a tag team versus tag team match. Another match that's going to be terrible. Shane versus Stephanie at Survivor Series. Oh God. Still Shot Cole asked Renee who she thought. What she thought of Dean turning on Seth, and her answer was kind of awkward. Did she see her face? Oh, yes, I'll get to that shortly also. Shane versus Stephanie for position of CEO and commissioner, both Raw and SmackDown, would be interesting. Will WWE ever book Survivor Series on Thanksgiving Day? I wouldn't watch it if it was on Thanksgiving Day. I spend time with my family, so it probably wouldn't really be the best time to book it on Thanksgiving days. But yeah, I'm going to continue on with the review. Keep stuff coming to live chat, guys. Speaking of which, we should talk about Renee Young. We get to Seth Rollins, who made a great point in his promo. He says, as ridiculous as his 3-belt setup is, he planned on also bringing a giant trophy to the ring, but things didn't go his way in the World Cup. Corbin, our scumbag GM, helped Brock Lesnar, of all people, regain the Universal title after how hard Roman worked to take that title back. How hard he's fighting now, that's a slap in the face to everyone in the locker room and everyone here tonight. Bingo! Exactly it is. If I didn't, Seth Rollins, since I already bought your shirt, I can't buy another. I'm not going to buy another one, but maybe love you even more tonight, man. He told Brock to his face, but of course, shocker, he's not there, of course. But Dean Ambrose is. Dean didn't have the guts to stand up to him last week and tell him what happened. So Rollins says he's here to talk about the tag titles, that it's probably impossible for him to defend the 2 titles at once. And then we have Corbin come out on this Titantron, and of course he's going out of his way to make sure he's secured from Braun Strowman because he can't admit it, but he's a freaking coward because all heels have to be a fucking coward. He makes Seth Rollins defend his tag titles against Authors of Pain. Okay, why is it McIntyre and Rollins getting McIntyre and Ziggler getting their rematch? And what bothers me about this, okay, so I knew Authors of Pain were probably going to be getting a tag title shot around this time, which of all the other teams, to me, they're the most ready. But I agree, completely with the fact that why people wouldn't be a fan of them being tag champions yet, because they came up, they they took Paul Ellering away, which is stupid in the first place because Paul Ellering was a great general manager in NXT. Once again, bringing you guys up from NXT and doing something completely different with them. Why? Which again, what was the point of trying to polish them up in NXT before bringing them up to the main roster? Why? And then putting it with Drake Maverick, who is a babyface general manager on 205 Live, but a heel manager on Raw, because he is a heel general manager. He tries to distract referees and whatnot, make it look like a hypocrite on 205 Live. The fact that they were off TV for a while, and apparently the rumors were because they had visa issues, which is the rumors I heard. But last week, you could have had them beat, Team Too Happy, as I call Bobby Roode and Chad Gable, and the Ascension, but instead they didn't. I mean, they didn't eat the pin, but I think it was Gable and Roode who won, pinning the Ascension, and now they're getting a tag title shot the following week. Anyone can get a title shot now, apparently, in 2018 for WWE. You can get your feelings hurt and get a title shot. You can, still break, still, attend an event with your suspension still intact, and you'll still get offered a tag title. I can't fucking talk. A title shot if just because. Again, the inconsistencies makes no sense. So that's the reason why I see why people wouldn't be too crazy about Office of Pain in a tag title shot, because yeah, they're great at NXT, but they really haven't had much of a direction yet on the main roster. I mean, yeah, they've been dominating, winning matches, but then they didn't win last week's triple threat match, which makes it weird as hell, as I keep saying. So Corbin gives them a title match. I actually kind of like this 2-on-1 handicap match. He had Seth Rollins, showing a lot of heart, trying to fight out of his jams against AOP, but unfortunately it wasn't enough, as AOP was able to eventually overcome Rollins and win the tag titles. And then after the match, Dean Ambrose comes out from the crowd. He gets into the ring, just stares down Rollins, and he says, "You want to know why I did what I did before?" Puts the mic down, pretty much just looks like about to say something, but then pretty much said "screw you" and hits the dirty deeds, and he heads up the ramp. And then of course, Seth Rollins is trying to recover and awkwardly being shown, on a camera shot while the announcers are talking, and it just threw me off there. But of course, once again, we're slowly getting more and more of a taste of what's going on with Dean Ambrose and Seth Rollins. It's not there it didn't feel like they were in the same spot as last week. Last week Ambrose wouldn't talk. This week he says a few words. You want to know why? Well, screw you. You're not going to know why now. Whatnot. Puts it down. So as long as they keep feel like we're inching closer, not in the same spot, then I'm cool with this. But of course, Michael Cole does randomly ask Renee Young, with you being with your relationship with Dean, has he said anything? Oh, he hasn't really said much to me at all. Like, it started to make it look like putting Renee Young on commentary the same brand as her husband when she is, the baby face and he's the heel. It is starting to make it look a little bit awkward and a little bit throw things off a little bit. Because Renee Young has seemed like acted kind of awkward whenever something's going on with Dean in the ring. I mean, yes, we know that they're married, but you could work in some way that it doesn't make it feel so awkward. Like she either doesn't say anything when Dean's out there, or she says something that doesn't make things look good behind the scenes. Like, oh, he doesn't really tell me anything. Well, you're his wife. Aren't you supposed to have that relationship where you share things with each other? So I don't know what's going to happen. I don't know if they should just move Renee Young over to SmackDown's commentary team and bring. Well, I don't know about who they would bring back over to Raw, because who knows? I mean, there you go. Corey Graves works both. Well, again, you could put Beth Phoenix on Raw and put Renee on SmackDown, and then Corey Graves just work just Raw from now on. I don't know, but again, that's awkward as hell. We have Corbin being interviewed backstage, in some random secluded area. And of course, Braun tries to, chase him out again, of course, but he hightails it. Dolph Ziggler comes out then and says, "What happened at the World Cup? Shane McMahon isn't the best in the world. He is scratching and clawing. What happens? Conspiracy kicks in. Don't believe me? Check it out. Drew McIntyre got sent to the back. A SmackDown referee let Miz jump him from behind, and Shane McMahon bullied his way into the finals of a tournament he wasn't even in. And then, of course, we get interrupted because Elias comes out. I'm like, okay, here's something good. Elias comes out, seeing us on a stage. He plays a little bit of Seven Nation Army to go with the crowd chanting, "Oh, walk with Elias," which the crowd was very into this segment, definitely. He launched into his usual stuff. Says he just got off the phone with Liam and Noel Gallagher, where he played a song for them, and they said if he plays that song, whatever the heck they're called, the one band will reunite. He's worked miracles before, and then Dolph cuts him off and says there'll be a miracle if anyone's awake after his song, which Elias says that was almost funny, but he needs to shut his mouth and let him sing. He starts in on his song when Ziggler runs down and Dolph cuts him off mid-song to demand he come and show him to his face. So Elias gets to the ring. We get another promo hyping up the Lucha House Party, and then we get the Revival talk about how they respect tag team wrestling, and apparently the Lucha House Party does not belong there. So apparently we're going to have more matches between the Revival and the Lucha House Party, but the fact that the Revival jobbed out to the Lucha House Party last week. Pathetic. We had Dolph Ziggler versus Elias match again, just showing that, Elias, has some ring rust and continue to improve in the ring. But once again, the character is just right there. That's what makes him on fire as a babyface so far. And he beat Ziggler. So he's winning matches. But again, he is, and his character is there. But again, the inner wrestling's got to improve. Elias is going to be a top babyface before we know it. Again, I'm loving this Elias babyface run so far. We have Kurt Angle being interviewed backstage, saying that Corbin is very dangerous and possesses a threat, but he knows his weaknesses and how to beat him. And a fire has been lit inside of him, even though he lost in the first round of the World Cup, was the only person on Raw hyped up. Once again, pathetic. He's going to the Survivor Series as team captain. Oh, it's true. It's damn true. Ronda Rousey comes out. So good in the atmosphere. And what I liked about this promo is that Ronda was putting over Becky Lynch, like, she is a big deal, and, agreeing with the crowd that, she definitely is, who she says she is. But she don't want, and she, I can't freaking talk. Ronda, says, she has the respect for Becky Lynch, but don't mistake Ronda's respect for weakness. And pretty much, just running down Becky's history and Ronda's history without trashing Becky, but just running down how, Becky may be doing this, but, Ronda was doing this. And then saying that at Survivor Series, Becky always says she's the man, but Ronda's going to prove that that Ronda is the baddest bitch on the planet. But then Ronda goes to leave, but out comes Nia Jax. Get in the ring saying that, oh, it's great, you're all fired up, and you're not going to just be fighting for herself, but for the entire Raw locker room. And she knows who won't let us down, but Nia Jax will be waiting for her after Survivor Series. Once again, there's another dull promo because Nia has no character to her at all whatsoever. Ember Moon comes out. We have a match with Ember Moon and Nia Jax, which the match was decent. I keep saying how I feel like Nia and Ember have good chemistry, except for that match wherever Nia lost by count because she ran her shoulder into the LED screen attached to the ring, and she lost by count in like 5 seconds. So she wins with a Samoan drop. But after the match, out comes Tamina. And I'm thinking, oh, God, we're not going to see and tease another match between Tamina and Nia. But then they team up and beat down Ember Moon. And apparently all Nia can say in a backstage segment where it's like, oh, family comes first or whatnot. So great. We have the two biggest women together as a tag team. And both of them are like, nothing special at all in the ring. You have Nia Jax, who, could be a big dominating monster, in the women's division, but they've just half-assed her all the time, and her promo skills are awful. Then you have Tamina, who could literally come out for 1 week, have another injury, came out for about 9 months to a year, and she can't talk either. Remember in 2007, last year, Charlotte says, "So shut up before you start looking like Ellsworth." Tamina goes, "Hey, Charlotte, shut up before you start looking like Ellsworth." The pin dropped big time because you couldn't hear anything else because there was no reaction to that. Both of these women, I don't know. And like Lauren said before, Nia Jax has teased a face turn, a heel turn. Wasn't this the same woman who did some big promo about bullying earlier this year? And then she's being a bully again, look like a hypocrite. Like, she's the big show of the women's division at this point. She's turned how many times this year, pretty much, or at least teased a turn how many times, and it didn't go through with it. I just do not care. Like, I just don't care. I don't care at all about Nia and Tamina being in an alliance, probably because, Nia feels, I need, a bigger threat to help me defeat Ronda, because Nia claiming that the armbar does nothing to her. Well, once again, who is the same woman that tapped out to her like 3 or 4 times earlier this year when Nia Jax put the armbar on her? Huh? I don't forget things. None of us forget things. We are not stupid, WWE. But apparently, according to Vince, we are. But who gives a crap? And also, why would have Nia team up with, Alexa, whatnot, right now? Like, are they going to be the best friends again because they're both heels? Nothing makes sense. Nothing makes sense on this stinking show. We didn't have Finn Balor being interviewed backstage saying that Lashley is the most powerful and explosive man he's ever wrestled, and he's getting more vicious every week. It didn't feel good when that runt Leo Rush slapped him in the face, but walking to Manchester will feel good because Manchester is Balor Club, and Balor Club is for everyone. Backstage, we see Corbin leaving, claiming he has an appointment. So he's having Drew McIntyre wrestle Kurt Angle instead. Strowman comes out trying to grab Corbin, chases the car away. Like, we haven't seen that how many times. Whatever. We have Bobby Lashley and Finn Balor again. Leo Rush tries to. It's pretty much the same stuff we got last week with Leo Rush trying to, trip up Finn Balor, except this time Bobby Lashley actually wins the match. I don't know if they're going to be teasing a match eventually with Finn Balor and Leo Rush, which I actually would not mind seeing that match. But, yep, 3rd week in a row we see this match happen again. I kept saying first, I could get behind this, but they're just doing match after match after match on Raw, and I'm just not caring even more. Started not even care about this at all either, which is unfortunate. I know I checked a live chat every hour, but I'm almost done. Afterwards, Drew McIntyre comes out to pretty much get Lashley out of the way. Pretty much. It was weird because they're both heels, and then they leave, and then McIntyre helps up Balor, but then hits a Claymore kick on him. So what was the point of that? Completely stupid. Apparently Stephanie's going to be there next week to talk about what Shane did at Crown Jewel. Then we have Drew McIntyre taking on Kurt Angle. All I can say was I didn't think it was a bad match. I just like the story they told really here with McIntyre being just a badass heel and going as far as taking Angle's moves out of his own pocket and eventually beating Angle with his ankle lock to get him to tap out to it. So that was a big win for McIntyre. But my thing is, since Drew replaced Corbin in the match, is that going to make Corbin still the captain for Team Raw, or did that go out the window? Who knows? I gotta sneeze. That's how the show ends. Again, a couple small things I cared about. I liked the match with Angle and McIntyre. Ronda's promo was good, I thought. Seth and Dean stuff was good. Other than that, I didn't care. C- for me for Raw. Polls on Twitter, only one vote. Someone said B. So if you liked it, cool. Again, I didn't care for it. I'm tired as hell. But let's check the live chat. Let me see here. Let me see. Let's see. Where are we? Where are we at? I have a long list. I think we're right here. Power rank top 5 superstars after tonight's episode. Not really too sure. Can't really think about that right now, but I'll try that later. Seth does speak facts. Corbin does suck as GM. I think starts at beef with Brock as well. Who would you pick? Would you pick as GM, guys? Not too sure. Stone Cold or Edge wouldn't be too bad for male. Vicky Guerrero maybe again. AJ Lee wouldn't be bad either. Smash, Mary, Kill. Eva Marie, Mandy Rose, Brandy Rose. Mary, Mandy Rose. Smash, Brandy Rhodes. Mandy Rose, I marry. Brandy Rhodes, I would smash. Kill Eva Marie. Manchester was chanting, "You suck" to Corbin. They were chanting the truth. Exactly. Top 5 ran for tonight: Seth, Dean, Drew, Braun, and Nia. Corbin, I still don't get why they made him acting GM. Again, no, I kind of agree. What has he really done to make him look like a dominating, like qualified for the position? If they had the momentum, if they would capitalize with the money in the bank contract, I'd say yes after last year. But nope, they cut that momentum off just like that, and then now he's just whatever. Let's see here. You should put inconsistent storylines on Raw. Just made the list. Oh yeah, actually no, not just inconsistent storylines. Inconsistency in general makes the list, I'd say. There we go. All right, inconsistency made the list. Brock as well, and Drake as a heel. I think I already got that stuff on the list already. Do you notice Dolph and Drew didn't accompany each other to the ring? Yeah, it is strange. I don't know why that happened. They were not told they were banned from ringside. Top 5: Drew, AOP, Nia, Dean, Becky. I'd say, let's put it this way. I think Drew came out the biggest winner tonight. Seth, Dean, then Seth, AOP, and oh god, who else? Shit, I don't know. Renee could have looked nervous tonight. She was sweating so much. I agree. Are you going to watch The Rock's new show, The Titan Games? Not sure. Maybe I might check it out. Renee should be able to speak her mind as well. But, of course, Vince is so damn stubborn to let her talk. Exactly. Becky's on SmackDown Live. Oh, when is it happening? I do like Renee, but having her as a commentator hurt her career. I mean, it's a good opportunity for her, but again, I think again it's just awkward with having Dean on the same show, and like she's supposed to be a baby face, he's a heel, whatnot. They had to go make that too weird. Let's see here. Becky is better. Beth is better in her opinion. Is what she thinks. Should NXT have NXT talk after its pay-per-views? Would be a bad idea, I'd say. Do you think Steph could turn face and fire Corbin? Be awesome, but I don't see that happening. They don't even have Raw talking smack anymore. Oh yeah, because it was non-scripted. Talking smack, especially, I missed for sure. Steph could turn face next week and fire Corbin again. She could, and honestly, I'd be cool with that, but I don't see them doing it. Do you think Triple H getting injured affected any plans they have for Survivor Series? I wouldn't say for Survivor Series, but definitely WrestleMania. She's going to mute the TV when Brock appears next week. Yeah, I don't give a shit either. Drew needs a push. I see Drew facing Dolph at Mania. That or give him the Universal title. Give him the Universal title. Especially after his win tonight, he's ready. Drew McIntyre is ready to be Universal Champion. He should be champion, him or Braun. Not fucking Brock. Still pissed about that. She doesn't think Elias is going to go anywhere with his face turn. It's going to turn disastrous. I mean, I personally think he can get there. Again, his in-ring skills need to improve, but I think the character's there. And just in my opinion, I love Elias as a babyface. Raj thinks is kind of overrated. Maybe a little, I'd say. Becky, I kind of agree. Becky should go over, but Ronda's probably going to beat her. I have no clue who Becky's going to face. Do you think Nia will face Ronda at TLC? She's happening. Who saw Nia and Tamina teaming up? I didn't, to be honest. Me neither. I thought we would have Nia and Tamina have a match. Drew should come out to the Diesel music for his entrance. Told you Nia and Tamina will awkwardly become a team. Yeah, it was awkward. I would love to see a women's TLC match with Becky and Charlotte. Probably would work. They'll probably do with Ronda the Nia, which would probably be terrible. Nia and Tamina women's tag champs. Nia was a monster when she was in NXT. They ruined her. Tamina was never good, to be honest. I like her as a person, but she shouldn't be wrestling. I agree. And Nia and Tamina are cousins. They're related to Roman and Usos in The Rock in real life. I heard that. Nia's turned 3 times. What was the point of turning Nia face? She was only face for the feud with Alexa, which is sad. Yeah, once again, apparently staying up to bullying. Now all of a sudden she's a bully again herself. Again, makes no sense. Leo versus Finn, which again wouldn't be a bad match. A heel and face could get along, but WWE won't let it happen, sadly. Yeah, because they don't make it interesting. Nia and Alexa are, I know they're friends in real life. No need. I won't pay to see Leo and Finn. Sorry, Finn. I'd rather see Finn on 205 than his booking on Raw. Again, if they're bringing Lucha House Party over 205 Live, again, they want to put Finn and match on 205 Live, but bring him back eventually to Raw. Cool with me at this point, honestly. But I wouldn't mind seeing Finn versus Cedric Alexander or Finn versus Leo Rush. I mean, I think they put on pretty good matches, in my opinion. Finn versus Mustafa Ali, but they're probably sticking with just 205 Live. They'll eventually leave again, but that'd be the thing. Corbin is a lazy GM with all these rematches. Here's the thing also. Again, with how good of a heel Corbin was in NXT, and he was before he lost his Money in the Bank contract, he could, even though if they would have built a more credible, he could definitely have really rocked this heel GM role. But since, he was just directionless and pointless and just boring for a while on SmackDown after he lost his briefcase, now he looks like an idiot. So just saying itsy bitsy freaking Balor. Oh my God, that feud was so bad. Where has Maria been? Isn't she on the main roster? Why is she on 205 Live for her husband? I mean, she should at least be there to support her husband, but after seeing her perform in that Battle Royale at Evolution, I think she's good to go to do some in-ring work on like SmackDown or whatnot. I think she can do it. Personally, I like to see her get some in-ring work in, but I was just going to stick that being the valet. Corbin was a badass in NXT, but he got ruined too, definitely. How does Kurt lose to Drew, though, because Corbin ran away? Who knows? Raw was lazy. Mark's giving it an F-. Any gimmick matches at Survivor Series? Probably just, the 5-on-5 elimination matches. You do top 10 Survivor Series matches and years and top 10 talkers. Survivor Series matches, I'm not really feeling that because I'm not there. Hey, I'm tired too, boo. Love you. I'll see y'all tomorrow, guys. Sweet dreams. Yeah, thank you. If you had to choose one animal to eat for the rest of your life, what animal would it be? Chicken, probably. Good night, everyone. Peace out. Yeah, I'm checking out too, guys. Yeah, I'm sorry. I'm just super tired. Crazy day. A little bit of a mad day, except for the fact that I got to have lunch with an old friend I hadn't really seen in a few years, but yeah, I'm tired as well, guys. I'm going to finish my Survivor Series card tomorrow. Hopefully, I'll be a lot more peppier, and we'll have a better show to talk about tomorrow with SmackDown Live. So, guys, once again, C- for Raw. What grade did you give Raw? Your thoughts down in the comment section below. Be sure to click buy, like, and subscribe for more content. Come on my channel. Follow me on Twitter, Mayor3. Guys, I'm tired. I'm going straight to bed as soon as I check out here. I'll see you guys all tomorrow. Peace out, everybody.